folks, welcome back to Handmade by Shirley. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers and regular commenters. There is a giveaway, and if you go into, I think it's my previous, not the previous video to this, but the previous video to that, there is a video all about the giveaway. So we have quite a lot of interest in the number 2 giveaway. There's 6 giveaways which are containing 2 cards that I've made on camera, and there is, I think, a couple that are very popular, but there's still numbers 4 and 6, and I think 3 is not getting much of interest. So if you're a subscriber to my channel, UK only I'm afraid, and you've been commenting for the last couple of months, I said July, but I'm thinking if you've been commenting for the last couple of months, that's fine, and you're subscribed, that is absolutely fine. So I've come on today with inspiration from Alison Bomber, who is Words and Pictures here on YouTube, and she's a fabulous artist, hence the name Words and Pictures, and she has a great channel. So if you pop over to her channel, you'll see some amazing stuff. But she did this make your own washi tape on one of her videos. Now I'm not proclaiming to be anything like what she makes on it, but this is just inspiration. So it's just regular what do you call it, masking tape that you could use while you're painting your bedroom or something to that effect. And she just popped it all on a board of some description. Now that's not quite on, and just popped them all together like this. There's a tiny space there, but that won't matter. I can move it. So you can, obviously it's not going to be as long as any tape on a roll, but this is going to be unique to you because you've made it. I just thought it was such a great idea. It did. So you can put as many lines of tape as you want. I think she put about 5, but you can put as many as you like. See, now there is a slight bit of, move that slightly maybe up, fine, and then move that slightly up as well. So I had done a sort of one off camera, but it didn't really work very well, so I'm doing it again, and I now know what to use and what to not use. But she did some lovely ones with some gorgeous colours as well. So I'm going to try and keep mine nice and light this time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you could do the whole, you could cover this whole thing with, you know, tape, but I'm just going to do 5, I think, as well. So it's just onto a bit of grey board, which I had off some packaging, and I've still got a mess going on under here. I've got a little palette at the side of me, a few brushes because I might need them, my scoochie, and some of Alison's stamps, which I'm going to use, but I'm going to try and keep it quite light. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a bit of background colour, excuse me, so I'm going to use Salvage Patina for that spray. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of water to there, and then I'll pop this Salvage Patina, if it'll come out, because it's got a bit of a, don't want too much, and I'm going to just squish it on with my scoochie. So it's just to give a bit of background colour to the masking tape, and it also leaves a nice pattern as well into it. So I may need some more actually. Probably not actually. I'll manage to make it go further. So my husband's away up a hill, he likes hill walking, so I have got the house to myself. I mean, I don't mean it, I mean I'm just here myself and it's quite nice. So it's such a lovely sunny day here. I will be going out in the garden soon to prune back some of my shrubs and stuff and sweep up some leaves because we've got quite a lot of leaf fall in our driveway. So there's a sort of light coloured base, which I'm quite glad. I'm just going to give it a quick blast. There we go. And then I'm going to use this background dotty bit from Alison's stamps, which are, these ones are pressed grasses, so it's this bit here, which is a good sort of dotage stamp. So I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use one of the VersaFine clears to give some colour. So I'm going to use this one, but I'm going to stamp off before I put it on, because I don't think I want it to be quite this dark, but we'll see. So if I stamp off onto something first, because that's quite bright, and then I want to just do a little bit of colour in the background. And just keep into these nice delicate kind of colours. You could, oh, I forgot to stamp off there, it doesn't look too bad, does it? You could use any stamps. I might have to put another bit of the full stamping on it there just to keep it similar. Did it as much there. That's a bit of a let's put another bit in the middle. That's fine, that'll be fine. So the next thing I want to do is add some of the florals. So put that there, put this back. So there's some grasses obviously in this one. So I thought I'd have some grasses. So using the smaller one, I thought I'd have some grasses in the sand dune colour, which is a nice light colour. So just inking that up. And then just taking the whole of that and popping that over. Like that. And you can just see that there, which is really nice. Down a bit as well, because I don't want it to be too in your face, but I think we need, because it's a nice light colour, I think we need to add the full strength onto that, because as I say it's quite a light colour obviously. probably should have my piece of wad of pad behind, but I didn't think of that. There we go. That's looking quite nice, I think. You'll agree. Now, I mean, obviously you could use absolutely any stamps. You don't have to use these. If you don't have them, you're not going to use them, are you? So I'm just going to come down from the top here and pop some bits in to the top as well. So, you know, just use any stamps. It doesn't necessarily have to be these, albeit these are gorgeous. So I think that's enough of that. And I think I'm going to pop some, they use the other one, but I'm going to pop some, let me think, have I got a purpley colour? Not really. Just trying to think if I've got a purpley colour in here, which I'd quite like to bring in, if I can get it. Oops. Right, so this is a fast drying pigment ink in pearlescent lavender. So, I don't think that's water resistant, but it could be. So, I've got this lovely little one from the Violets edition, which is this little violet, bunch of violets. There is a bigger one, but I thought I'd use a smaller one. So just taking that and just put a bit on there, which I don't want. So this is pearlised, but it's just because I want to keep it quite light. Not sure if that's going to work. It's okay, I guess. Maybe get another print off of that. Nice colours there. That's quite nice. I'm going to go into there and let's just ink it up again. Go down here. Yeah, that colour is looking nice. It really is. Lovely. You know, one of these days I'm going to just use these stamps as is, so you can see the actual beauty of them, because they're absolutely lovely. Really nice. Right, let's get rid of that pearlised one. Right, now the next thing I want to add is some of these words. So we've got quite a lot of words. So this one's got words about violets and William Shakespeare as well. That tells you that, you know, it's the petals, the Viola odorata. So that's quite interesting. So this one actually tells you that all about the violets are cold and moist while they are fresh and green and are used to cool any heat, any distemperature of the body. It likewise eases pains in the head caused through want of sleep. So I think we're going to put that on because we've put the violet on, and we're going to use, I need something with a bit more vibrancy of some description. So I'm going to use pine cone, but I'm going to stamp it off before I use it because it will be too much. So I'm nearly done. After this we can do our reveal. So stamp that off because it's really quite vibrant, so I'll do it again. Stamp that off and then make sure it's round the right way, surely. Just add that to the mix. Stamp it off. So when you take your tape up, you're only going to get some of this script. You're not going to get it all. So you're only going to get a piece of it. But I just thought it might be quite nice just to have a little bit of it on there. Actually doing quite a few generations there of stamping. So let's just do the same again, like that. Oh, wrong piece. And stamping off, put that up there, and then we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and that's probably enough. Put a wee bit on the end. So that's probably enough of that. Get rid of that. And then I think I'm going to use some of the wording from the other set, which says things like listen, hopeful, meadow, etc., etc. So that's falling off. So listen, hopeful, not use pine cone. We're going to use one of the, might use sand dune again. Oh, don't put your hand in it like that. So I'm just going to put hopeful on first. I'm just going to put that there. So it's just kind of appearing in the background, just in between all of these areas. And you're not going to get probably, some pieces you'll get the full script, some you won't, I mean the full word even, just depending on where you're going to stamp it, really, I think. I might put some in that purple as well, actually, because I'm thinking that sand dune's really quite, it's moving about so much. I might just use a little bit of this. I'm not go too hard. I'll just put that on there, and I didn't realise probably actually better to be a bit more there. Yeah. In your face type. Oh. There. And I think I'll put a bit there. Now I'm thinking about the actual little, what did I call it? Little violet isn't very prominent. So I'm thinking I might come in with the violet again and just do it in this warm breeze colour. And just try it like this, because it's not that prominent. That's better. And I think you do need to see something. So we'll just come over again. I know I've done it in the purple, but that doesn't really matter. Just shows a wee bit more of that gorgeous stamp off as well. We've still got all our background there, which you can still see through, and you'll see through when you take this off there. I think it just needed something else just to build that lined up. Now you could add lots of water and make it a watercolour-y wash if you wanted to as well, because I think Alison does more watercolour-y, but I'm just leaving it as is, just the way it is. That's fine. That's a wee bit better. I think that's just a bit more prominence in there. And then I'll just add that other word, which is listen. Something that we probably all need to do a bit more of, listening. No, not aimed at anybody at all, not really. It's just, I'm just saying that as a, now what could I make that more prominent colour with? I think I've got this one, this Vinya one, which is a bluey as well, so let's just see how it's quite dark as well, but I can just put a few words in between here. Like that. And then I think we'll be done after that, because I don't want to do any more to it. I don't want to overpower it too much with stuff. That's not really my intention. So I think I'm happy with that. And yeah, I don't know what you think about it, but I'm very happy with it. And because it's not particularly wet, I can start taking it off and you'll see what that's going to be like. So that's one piece of your washi tape, which is really pretty and really unique to you, because that's what you've made and you can use it in your projects. So I really think that's clever. It's funny, I would never have thought of doing that, but well, we don't have all the same minds, do we? And then this piece here, put that down, so just bring this all down, let you see how glorious that looks. I think that just looks really nice. So I hope you'll agree that that looks really nice, and hope you'll maybe try and do something similar yourself. Thanks so much for watching. I do have another project with inspiration from Alison, which is it's actually stamping onto a big massive clothes peg. So I'll be back soon. So thanks so much, and please do remember to have a look at the giveaway video. There's still giveaways to be had, and thank you so much for watching. Be back soon. Bye.